you don't want to hold my hand anymore? Do you want to hold my hand?
Right now? Sure, we can.
Lord of mercy. Do you want to hold my hand? 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 Yeah, you want to hold my hand? Listen, guys, we'll talk to you guys about Ultimatum Season 2, Marry or Move On. And we're discussing specifically James and Riah. And I want to bring to your attention this argument, this dispute, this disagreement, this debate that happened between the two of them is something that happens in relationships all the time, funny enough. It's a conversation about love languages. It's a conversation about how I want to be loved. It's a conversation about how you receive love and how you're even perceiving how I'm receiving the love. And so these two, James and Riah, who are in different relationships, who are coming together and they're now put together, they're having this discussion where Riah's like, do you want to hold my hand? And it actually begins a whole like 5-minute debate that we get to see, right? And what I loved about it is because couples really do go through this situation. Because when people are unaware about how people want to be loved, how they receive love, and how they take in love, we often get these situations in relationships. We often get these moments in relationships where we clash because you're reading how I'm taking it in a different way because you're lacking knowledge and vice versa. So I'm going to break it down. Did James reject Riah physically and intimacy? Because he wasn't attracted to her? I mean, that's a question to ask, though, about the way he handled that situation. Is it because he wasn't attracted to her? And I want to answer that for you in this particular video, as well as talking about love languages and how we receive and communicate with one another. So if you are new to this channel, I want you to do me a massive favor. We are trying to grow this brand, this particular channel, and get ourselves to 100,000. And so I need your help to do that, right? So if you're new to the channel and you love this kind of content where we go deep and really break down stuff about relationships, then this is the relationship for you. Okay, so we want you to like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for notification on the up, lows. And for those of you who are returnees, you already know what it is, baby. You got the minerals. You got the minerals. You got the minerals. Okay, all right. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe if you haven't been on this channel already. Let's get into this conversation. Did James reject Riah because he wasn't physically attracted to her? In some aspect, he might have done. We don't know. Conclusively, I do not know. We don't know 100%, right? What we do know is he was adamant that he wasn't cheating. And he felt like doing anything physically intimate with Riah would have been classed as cheating. Now, this could be somebody doing a little bit too much and thinking physical intimacy is too much. But this has given me my own kind of awareness a little bit through this situation, because one of the things I don't really like is if I'm not attracted to you, please don't be, you know what I mean? I don't allow, when I say this, like if I'm with a girl that I'm not necessarily attracted to, let's say I'm with a girl I'm not attracted to. And it's something I've worked on, by the way, which, by the way, doesn't mean anything good anyway, still, but something I've worked on, right? When I was younger, much younger, I remember I noticed it a lot more. If I didn't find you attractive, please don't touch me. Don't get into my space. Don't put your legs on me. Because how I read your behavior was, if you start putting your legs on me, putting your arm around me, it means you like me. Do you know why? Because that's how I sent a signal to say I like somebody. So immediately when someone does those things, I read it the same way that I would perceive it. And so as soon as you did those things, even if you were just trying to be a friend, even if you're being friendly as a woman, and you might want to put your arm around me or you might want to be close to me, I would move away like, yo, like, what's going on? Like, why are you doing that for? Like, I don't like that. You put your leg on me. Why are you doing that? Because I know you like me. Stop that. If that's my thought process, because I had an unhealthy dynamic and relationship with physical intimacy and love and physical touch as a love language. Many people misinterpret physical touch as you wanting to be sexual with the other person, and that is not it. And that's what James did. Right? That's what James did. I spoke a little bit about this in part 1, but that's what James did in this particular video, where he interpreted her wanting to have more physical touch as sex. And all she gets on saying was, hold my hand. And do you want to hold my hand? Because what she's asking is, do you want to do this on your own? Do you want to be physical touch with me? Because I'm going to receive it as love. And I'm also going to feel rejected in the same way when you don't want it too. That's the flip side of it. Let's have a look.
Yes, I
Do you
do.
feel nice when you hold my hand? Do you want to hold my hand? Is a question.
Yeah.
Now she was asking too many questions in a short amount of seconds. She needs to give a little bit of a break, let him breathe a little bit, right? But you saw her face there scrutinizing him. Do you want to hold my hand? Do you like holding my hand? You know what I mean? Do you want to hold my hand? And what she's really trying to do is actually assess whether he really likes her, not necessarily like her in terms of attractive or whether he has an emotional connection with her, because that's what she was lacking with Trey. And so she's almost trying to test him in that field. It's not that she wants him to want her, like not what I was necessarily hearing, but I can understand why he read it like that. Because if you have an unhealthy dynamic, and partly you have confirmational bias, because in reality, a lot of people similar enough to you do send a signal out of I like you through physical means. Touching, hugging, getting close to you, being physical, being tactile. A lot of people do send that signal, women and men, that way of saying they like somebody. In fact, we grow up in school in that way. Oh, you're sitting next to so-and-so. Oh, this is what you're doing. You put your hand on his leg. You must like him or like her. We do that because a lot of us have we have bad relationship with physical touch, and that we assume that physical touch immediately means that it's going to be something naughty, sexual, of the sensual of the sort, right? And so they have this conversation about physical touch, and she's really trying to draw him out a little bit to see what is his viewpoint. And she doesn't want to be in the same situation that she was in when she was in her relationship with Trey. So she's trying to change it. That's what she's trying to do.
Yeah. Are you sure?
I think so.
I don't feel it. What?
I mean, it's just time.
And what she says there is, I don't feel like you want to hold my hand. He's saying, yeah, I'll hold your hand right now, but I don't feel like you want to hold my hand. And that, again, that's going to make me feel like I'm rejected. So to pull the hand away, she pulled away, right? Rather than just accepting his offer, which obviously clearly, again, he was kind of not sure. She feels now rejected by him saying, yeah, and it not being a strong yes. You want to hold my hand. So now she feels rejected because that's the way she reads love. And instead of these two actually getting to a point where they realize, actually, no, you understand love to be physical touch. I understand love to be doing acts of service for you. And that's how I understand it. There was fears on both sides. Because from him, he should have really been talking about how I can't do physical touch so easily because I'm afraid of the cheating aspect. That's how I got there in the first place. And two, once she finds out later on, unhealthy relationship with intimacy due to parents' upbringing and their level of affection for him. Okay, she mentioned about how he gave her a side hug. It's not the affection that she wants. Do you like me as a friend? I mean, that was some questions. I don't know what she kept on asking those questions. I don't know why that was important. But the reality is, he didn't reject her because he wasn't attracted to her. He rejected her because he was afraid that it would be considered cheating, and also he was afraid that if he goes down that route, can't stop himself. He's afraid because of how he reads love. So let me know your thoughts down below, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Do you agree? Maybe you disagree, and that's okay. Or maybe you agree. Comment down below. Did you see the same things I saw, or do you see something different in the scenario between Riah